Top lineup is back, baby.
Hey-o! Hey-o!
Episode number 48.
Wow.
We're back. You and me, we haven't done this in a while.
It's been a busy January, dude.
It has been busy.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, please bear with us. We kind of forgot, our flow between each other. I don't know if we have that flow anymore.
Yeah.
We need a third. We joke, but I hope you guys have been listening to everything we've been putting out. Great interviews, great people, different angles. It's been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get right into it. Sad news, bad news. If you're listening to this, you probably already knew this. We're still in our lockout.
Yeah.
Excuse my cough. I'm going to be coughing a lot this episode. Trying my best.
Yeah, but, it's all good. Hey, but at least there's a meeting tomorrow, so fingers crossed. Huh?
Tuesday the 1st.
Fingers crossed. Hey, pitchers and catchers are supposed to report February 15th. That's my birthday. That would be a great birthday present.
It would be a great gift. If Uncle Rob gets that for you for your birthday, he might win Uncle of the Year for you.
Yeah. That's gonna top the Peloton that's coming in on Sunday. That's gonna top it. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you actually getting a Peloton?
Yeah, I am. I'm
caved in.
I caved in. Hey, maybe there's a route where I'm just riding around like baseball stadiums or something like that.
Probably is.
There might be.
There is.
Maybe, right?
I bet you there is. I've thought about getting a stationary bike and then just subscribing to the Peloton service. You could just put your tablet up and it's the same thing. It's just you're not riding a Peloton bike, obviously.
Yeah. I got the plus, so the screen, it's the same thing really in reality, but you can turn the screen around and do like yoga and stuff like that, which is cool. A bunch of other things. Cool. Yeah. Try and make it to a family thing, while we're doing the podcast, the wife, you can go ahead and go on the Peloton or do some yoga.
Right behind.
Why not?
No, love that. Make a slight flex here. How much was that bad boy?
So here's the thing. All right.
Uh-oh. Oh God.
My work, they gave us a wellness. It's the wellness program. They give us $3,000 for the year to spend whatever we want for wellness. So I used that money for the Peloton.
So free.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Lucky motherfucker.
I did not. Why'd you have to? I don't like the flexing part.
No, but I like the slight flex. I like the slight flex.
I guess.
I
was excited about the Peloton because now I can get fit, and this actually leads into some of the other things. We're gonna be doing some content with some people, like doing live ABs and stuff like that. We have to get in shape. I have to get in shape.
I don't know if
anyone's
seen
fucking Peloton.
my body recently. I mean, I've always been a big guy, but you guys saw how I hurt myself or have heard how I hurt myself in a fucking softball game. So yeah. I think I could still take you though.
Yeah, no. There's a possibility there. We'll see.
Yeah. I'll take your shit deep.
Yeah.
Anyways, still in a lockout. Nothing new to report. The Caribbean series is on its way.
Yeah, it's right now. It's actually going on
in the
right
DR.
now.
Yeah, in the DR.
Pretty cool.
Dominican Republic, Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, Mexico, Puerto Rico, all playing. Currently, Colombia and the Dominican Republic are playing.
It's top of the 8th right now. Colombia's
still winning.
Yeah, 2-1. That is quite interesting because the DR, they got some folks on their team. They got Robbie Cano. They got they got Ozuna. I mean, he's known for
beating it.
Yeah, he's known for his power. He's known for his power. Who else they got? Jose Siri from the Astros. They have a decent squad. So we'll see how that goes. I'll try to keep you guys updated. Obviously, not everyone follows, that Latin leagues and the classics and things like that. But it's cool to just kind of keep in mind. Some of these guys are really good. So
yeah, Robinson Cano is okay.
Oh man, dude, how much do you think that did the steroids help him? Like, how much do you think the Pete, like, he was just, I felt like he was almost a guaranteed Hall of Famer,
100% agree. He was a Hall of Famer if he did not take steroids.
But it's like, how long was he doing it, right? Like, did he, was he doing it for a long time? I don't know.
Each player kind of uses steroids for different reasons. There's, the obvious ones of people that are bulking up, right? Canseco, Maguire, Sosa, Bonds. Those are the bulkers.
Allegedly, quote unquote.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then you have the rehab type guys, the Andy Pettits of the world that are just using it to recover. And I don't know that Cano was using it to recover, but I would guess that he was more of a recover user than a bulk up. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't huge.
No,
it wasn't like huge.
Yeah, but, I mean, he was a big second baseman, but
yeah, man, one of the smoothest second basemen, man. His swings, like, it's up there with Griffey. I want to say he has his swing is just smooth. Obviously not Griffey, but it's up there. But
have we ever seen a flashier second baseman? I don't think we have.
I can't
think of one.
There's a lot of flashy shortstops. Yeah, for sure.
He was Javi Baez at second.
I mean, Baez technically now can be a second man. I don't know. But even then, I don't know. Robbie just made it so easy, bro. He just
those quick hands.
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, we could go on and talk about him. It sucks, but we digress. So in terms of like change, there's been some changes, right? Some name changes. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but one of the minor league affiliates changed their names from Sugarland Skeeters to Sugarland Space Cowboys. I'm not sure if you all have seen the uniforms or even the hats, but I'm going to tell you firsthand, from my perspective, my opinion, those things fucking look sick.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I need to buy one ASAP. I literally do, because it's just so cool. I love it.
That's a top tier minor league uniform instantly.
Yes. Yeah. And interestingly enough, this team, the Skeeters, they're in independent league before this, but they actually had one of the nicer stadiums in that league specifically. And they realized that since they had a nice, nice field, they had a good team, they decided to, affiliate with the Astros. So that's pretty cool. They actually, I think last year, 2021 was their first year of being affiliated with the Astros. And then they were independent ball before that. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, big fan of this. Upgrade over that name of Skeeter.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means. Not a fan.
Know. Yeah. I didn't understand it, but whatever.
Biggest news of the day today.
Yes.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
Is growing the game. He is
Showtime.
The cover of MLB The Show.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, would you pick anyone else? I felt like this was a must. I mean,
it was a must.
Right? I didn't think, who would you pick?
For me, what it came down to was not would they put Shohei on it, but would Shohei actually want to be on it? Because he's not a fan of, the big lights, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't like to be in the limelight. So if it wasn't Shohei, Vladdy Jr. makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That would be a good one. And you're right. Like Shohei, when I was at the home run derby, he was so fucking nervous, like, because everyone's cheering for him and things like that. And Matt, like, the biggest, this is him, and he was just nervous. It's kind of crazy to think. I was more interested in how the cover was going to look like. Was it just going to be him hitting? Was it going to be both? Like, that's what I was looking for, and they did it. So I was happy with that. It would have been kind of dumb if it was just one-sided.
And I like the throw of the Japanese characters.
Oh, that's awesome too. Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, you guys can pre-order it if you want. I may have been navigating it incorrectly, but I only see digital options. I want the physical.
Yeah, same. You usually have to go into stores
like GameStop, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to just, if you're a big MLB The Show person and you just want to play the game, you don't care about who's on the cover, feel free. You could pre-order it now. I believe it comes out the day after your birthday. The day after your birthday. So, that's cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Obviously, there's not gonna be huge changes, but it's always fun.
There never is, but it's always fun. It's a must. I get it every single year. It doesn't matter.
Hey, there's people that we've played with that like we can use now. It's kind of cool.
True.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
True. We're getting older. Older.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think that was kind of an awkward stop, but actually this is a good segue. Well, this is awkward for Nintendo. They are going to be having the game themselves. MLB The Show finally has, agreed with Nintendo. It's going to be on the Switch, which is pretty cool. They're going to get mollywop, bro. I think every person that tries to play MLB The Show on the Switch is going to get destroyed. Imagine trying to play. Oh my gosh. I just think it's going to be hilarious. But anyways, Nintendo might have, we're not sure. And today's Monday, January the 31st. They may have slipped up and posted the limited edition case. Hasn't been released yet. Hasn't been announced yet. It's gonna be Wednesday, and it's Derek Jeter,
99.99.
And I don't know. That's a bit awkward. It's like, hey, new kid on the block, and you go ahead and do that, huh?
That's a grand entrance, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Should I buy both and just I don't know.
Jeez, just for the cases. I never
I'd
get
go
the
Ohtani.
deluxe one.
I'm getting Ohtani.
I would go Ohtani.
Yeah. Maybe we'll give away the Jeter one. I don't know.
If Jeter was the standard edition and Ohtani was the deluxe, I think I would upgrade to the deluxe this time.
Yeah.
But I've never gotten the deluxe one.
Yeah. And honestly, I want to get into it, but I haven't been too into, like online gaming for MLB The Show. A lot of time, I'm a big franchise mode guy. You guys probably heard me. I'm a big simmer.
Multiple times. Yeah.
I love to sim and make trades and things like that. But maybe this year I'll get into it a little bit more. It'd be fun. It'd be kind of cool if we did like a little.
We could do an online league.
We can. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to do, or even like an in-person, like 4-person tournament or something for fun and stream it. I know Pop Whisperer Dimitri Castro, he wanted to do that last year, but there's some complications with the game, I think, with last year, but it'd be kind of cool to do something like that.
We'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
The Nationals. This is coming to every single stadium.
Yes.
It's just the Nationals are the first. They have their own sports book. First MLB stadium to do this. BetMGM and the Nationals have announced the official opening of BetMGM Sportsbook at Nationals Park. It is the first sportsbook that is connected to a Major League Baseball stadium. Thoughts?
I think this is well overdue. I felt like baseball is late in the game, and this is some progress. I'm not. I like this move, but it's just like, why did it take you so long? Obviously, California and laws and shit like that. Obviously this isn't Washington D.C., but I'm just saying like every state is different in terms of how gambling goes and things like that. But this was just long overdue. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes.
I have two major feelings on this. First one is it's going to increase popularity in the sport.
Yep.
One of the reasons that football is so big is the bets. A lot of people I've met so many football fans that don't have a favorite team. or they have a favorite team, but they root for X, Y, and Z because of bets. Football is betting. And if we could get, now, this is where the second thought comes in, is if we could get some of that, interest, it would be great. However, it also brings in a bad crowd, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. There was, I was doing some pickup games, softball. I've been doing that on Saturdays, but one of the guys said, he said, I am not a football fan. I am a gambler of football. And I was like, it took me a second to think about it, but like, that's true. Like what you said. And I mean, I think we do need some people like that to just boost the game, like you see on TikTok, there's people, doing videos of their picks, and that just brings so much exposure, right? And we kind of need that for sure.
Yeah,
basketball gets a lot, football for sure, but it'd be nice if baseball got some love. So this is some progress.
It's been increasing. There's been more popularity with the betting and baseball. I've been seeing a lot of over and under on the scores.
That's so fucking hard.
It's
baseball is so hard, dude. Football
is very hard.
Is somewhat predictable to an extent, but baseball is just like a pitcher can have a really off day, and that's it. Tom Brady, you can expect like he's gonna do his thing
for at least 3 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Scherzer might have like a freaking 30 scoreless inning streak, and then
a fucking meltdown,
and then he plays against the Diamondbacks, and then the Diamondbacks for some fucking reason just go off. No reason. It's like, today's a good day for us to go off. Wow. Yeah. This gets us into our next topic. So with the gambling comes the question of, well, what about Pete Rose? Pete Rose is banned from Major League Baseball for betting, and now betting is being okayed. They're building, sports books within stadiums. Does this change anything for you?
I think in maybe 10 years or something, I think it's going to trickle down a little bit, and he may have a better opportunity. But right now, and we were briefly touching on this offline, but Jake Peavy was talking about, Pete Rose specifically, and every baseball player has to sign with the contract. There's obviously rules and regulations that you have to follow with the Major League Baseball, and one of those is you can't bet on your fucking team. And we're not sure. We'd have to double check if that was something that was needed back then, but he was saying like you knew what you were doing and you still did it. It's one of those things. And that's why he, like, even with A-Rod, he had some opinions about that. It's like, hey, you saw what was coming, right? You saw what happened to Barry Bonds and everyone else, yet you still did it. Manny Ramirez, you still did it, even though like it got even worse, right? So that's where he kind of draws the line for Jake Peavy specifically. That's where he draws the line. And I think right now, especially with the writers that we have in this day and age still in here, we still have some old timers that have, the opinion of integrity, even though we haven't really defined what integrity is. So I think Pete Rose will get in at some point, but it's going to take some time because some of the more seasoned writers will kind of have to retire and not vote anymore. We need some young people in there to have a different perspective, because a lot of us people like us, this day and age, like we're open to it. You could see some of the newer writers, like a lot of them were voting for Barry Bonds, right? Voting for Sammy Sosa and Roger Clemens. And some people just like, I didn't vote for Barry Bonds year 1. I'm not going to vote for him in year 10. It doesn't matter to me. Like that's how it is. But yeah, there's some progress. We'll see, but maybe like 10 years.
Give them a corner, make a corner plaque wall area where it's your little naughty naughties,
the naughty naughty,
and throw that plaque up there. I don't think Pete Rose ever gets the Hall of Fame, unfortunately. He deserves it, and it's just kind of laughable to me that he's not going to be in it. And there's a big difference, right? A fan betting on a game is a lot different than a player or a coach. I 100% get that. But it's like, what do I compare it to?
It's like, well, people, it's like people who have been convicted with like possession of marijuana, right? Like, obviously now it's legal here in California, but those people that had, that were convicted of it, it's not like they're gonna just wipe the, the slate clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not necessarily the case all the time. And I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer, but I know that does happen.
No, I think you're right.
Right?
I just fact checked.
Okay.
That checks out.
Jamie.
But yeah, so getting into the Hall of Fame. One.
Yeah.
I didn't see this. You know what? I don't even care who got in, but I didn't see just one coming out of this ballot. I saw at least three. Yeah. In my opinion, if you would have asked me a couple weeks ago, at least three. I don't know who, but I thought three.
If not Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, I thought like Scott Rowland.
You're right. Exactly.
I thought someone like him would have made it, but yeah, just one. And I'm not sure if you all have seen the reaction video, or you, Juan, like it was, I was freaking stressing out. I'm at work and shit like that. I took a little break, but I was so bummed at the fact that there was one person that got in. Granted, David Ortiz was like well deserving, but I was so bummed that the reaction was more like, fuck, Barry Bonds didn't get in, and I wasn't as excited for David Ortiz. It kind of sucked. And when they said one, I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, come on.
Look, David Ortiz is a Hall of Famer. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I just feel bad because I'm not feeling as excited, or I don't want to celebrate it as much, to be honest, because he's not Barry Bonds. He's a Hall of Famer. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Guarantee. Yeah. 100%.
There were question marks around him. I'm not saying he did, not saying he didn't, but there were question marks around him. And he gets in first ballot because he was likable, right?
He was well loved.
Boston media,
well loved. Yeah,
one of the harshest, areas, and they loved him. And who votes? The media. And then he joins Fox, right? And they love him there too. A-Rod has been trying to use this to get in, but David Ortiz was never hated.
Yeah, Yankee fans only hated him because he was a Red Sox.
Yeah,
that's
they would love if he was in pinstripes.
Yeah, oh, for sure. The same thing with Jeter. Red Sox fans probably hate Derek Jeter because he was a Yankee, but in reality, like, you can't hate on Derek Jeter. He played his game. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a big bummer, but you have to think about, like, were we surprised to an extent?
No.
Like, I was surprised. My biggest surprise was that David Ortiz was voted that low. Like, the percentage was very low. I think I have it here. It's kind of crazy to think that he was literally this low. Where is he at? 77.9%. To get in, you have to be at 75.
He just got in.
Barry Bonds was at 66%. The ones that get me are the ones that didn't vote. It's like, why? Even if you don't, like, okay, if you don't vote for Bonds or Clemens, like, why not Scott Rowland? Like, what the fuck did he do to you?
Exactly.
What did Todd Helton do to you? Like, if not them, vote for someone, because these guys are well deserving as well. You can't dock them. Obviously, this should have been Bonds' year, right? But I don't know.
I just don't get it. And we talked with Max Greenfield about this. And what about pitching? Like, I get it. These guys like Tim Hudson, Mark Burley, I get it. They're not like the sexy picks, but that's what pitching was during that era. And, someone like Tim Hudson, does he have the 3,000 strikeouts? Does he have the 300 wins? No, he doesn't have any of that. But who does from that time? Roger Clemens, he's not getting in, right? So who else? Yeah.
Mark Burley barely met the cut. He barely like got over 5.8%.
Some would say he barely made it.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm looking at these percentages. I know we have like this thing written up for us, but since I have the percentages, if you look at like the people who are dropping off, I'm a bit surprised Joe Nathan didn't have an opportunity to get to that 5%. 4.3%. Tim Hudson, that's a bit of a bummer, but like you said, right, it's like this next generation of pitchers, you're not going to get 300 wins.
No,
you're not. Tim Lincecum, hey, 9 votes, hey. But yeah, that's not a surprise. We knew that was going to happen. Ryan Howard, not a surprise. Teixeira, not a surprise. Morneau, not a surprise. Papelbon, not a surprise. Apparently some Red Sox people hated him. I just
I knew he wasn't really liked.
Yeah, and then Prince Fielder, not a surprise, although he could have been if he stayed healthy. It's not his fault, you know. Przinsky, not a surprise, and then Crawford. Wow, no votes. Okay, and then PV, no votes. But
I don't know. Like the more I look at this, and it's like, think about Przinsky, right? How many catchers are we gonna get in the Hall of Fame over the next couple of years? Like, not many.
He
put up solid numbers for a catcher.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, if he was a third baseman, this question, it's just not happening, right?
But as a catcher, you have to, and this is something Jeff Hassan brought up in one of the podcasts with Chris Rose, is that a lot of the younger writers are no longer looking at like the baseline, right? 300 or 500 home runs and 3,000 hits. They're no longer looking at that. So that's exciting, but also like where is that
when is it going to come into play like fully, right?
Yeah.
Because you
like Buster Posey, look at Buster Posey.
Perfect example. He doesn't have your 3,000 hits, your 500 homers. Now, granted, he has more rings than Przinsky does, and he's, the
one of the most decorated catchers of this time.
I just said perfect game. He never caught a perfect game. Excuse my French. Does he get in? I want to say he does, but
I don't know. Like even Joe Mauer, right? He's going to be on the ballot, and their numbers we talked about in one of our episodes. Their numbers are very similar. Mm-hmm. They even retired at the same age, like in the same thing. So it's like, to what extent? You look at Yachty too. Like even though he's had a longer career, their numbers are still fairly similar, which is kind of crazy to think. That's how good Mauer and Posey were as hitters, right? Of course, Yachty's got a better glove than both of them, but hitting wise, like it's like, what do you factor in for a catcher?
Or for any position, right? You start talking about other positions, like going into the pitchers, going into the relievers, like, like, dude, you're not going to see another lefty like Billy Wagner. And I know he got up to 51%, which I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I want to say that was a spike up. Yeah. But it's just like, and I get it, at first glance, is he Mariano Rivera? No. How many closers are we going to have that are like Mariano Rivera?
And how many lefty closers? Like that's
exactly
hands down one of the greatest lefty closers of all time. Like if you put that in perspective, who else are you going to put in there? Like there's a different category,
If you look at the game right now, are there any closers that you would definitively say they're a Hall of Famer right now?
Right now, I couldn't. Because because I'm also thinking integrity, like Chapman, although like has had a decent career, like he gotten in trouble, right? Integrity. If the writers are looking at that, not sure.
I mean, the closest one that comes to mind is Kenley Jansen, and I don't think he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion.
Yeah,
but that's really the only one that like is like maybe, right? But eventually we're gonna start getting, in the next like 5 to 10 years, who the fuck's gonna be voted in? It's just gonna be offensive players.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, looking at the ballot, right? I mean, next year I hate to say it, but like nobody from that class is gonna get in.
No, nobody stands out.
Carlos Beltran, interestingly enough, this guy, I think he's gonna be with the Yankees. He's gonna be like a broadcaster. So I think he's trying to
the A-Rod way in.
Yeah. Beltran, Matt Cain, although, you know, awesome giant player, you know, like, but he's not gonna get in.
No.
Ethier, John Lackey, great playoff pitcher, not gonna get in. Mike Napoli, no. Johnny Peralta, no. K-Rod, not like that's a cuspy. Like if Joe Nathan didn't get in, I'm just worried that.
And I agree. And if you ask me, I think both of them are Hall of Famers, K-Rod and Joe Nathan.
It's like, how do you define the Hall of Fame, right? Like you're not going to get, we're going to wait for Ohtani. You're going to wait for Mike Trout. Like there has to be this in between. And
I'm not saying put mediocre players in there.
They're not mediocre, bro. Like think about it, thousands of players and there's only fucking 10 of them. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, agreed. And you bring up that Chris Rose podcast. On there, they talked about Ron Washington's asking, was he the baddest motherfucker?
Yeah.
Was he the baddest motherfucker on the field? Then he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And like ever since I heard that, I was like, fuck, that's a really good point. If he was the baddest motherfucker on the field,
he was. K-Rod was fucking scary.
Was wild. Yeah.
That was my idol, like the goggles and everything. Like that was like,
dude, I looked up to him.
Yeah, I looked up to that guy. I would hope that he gets in, but it's just like, I mean, 437 saves. Like
you're not going to see much more of that, dude.
Exactly.
Closers are changing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you can turn anyone into a closer, but I mean, Lou Trevino for half the damn year was a pretty good closer last year. And he's not a Hall of Famer. In my opinion, he's not a good closer. Yeah. But for half the year, he was.
Yeah.
It's just, we always get on these tangents. But...
Yeah, it's all good. We haven't talked in a while. I mean, 2024 looks promising. You got Beltran. Like, that's a guarantee.
Beltran is a guaranteed.
Joe Mauer is one of those ones that it's I don't know. It's off and on. Like David Wright. Hey, is he? You know, he's like another Prince Fielder. He's another Tim Lincecum. Like it's just one of those guys that was well loved, and he was
great for a couple of years, and it's just the injuries.
Man, it'd have been great to have him in. And then 2025, I'm trying to see here. I mean, Pedroia again, dude. Fuck. If he didn't get injured, I think he gets in. CC Sabathia is on that ballot. Hell yeah. Hall of Famer. Ichiro, hell yeah. First ballot. You know, I think for sure that class, that's a strong class. That is a very strong class, and I'm excited for 2025. You know, I think there's going to be more than one person getting voted in there. And then when we look at 2026, it's crazy how far out they have this. We fall into a little gully. Neil Walker, Rick Porcello, Hunter Pence, Daniel Murphy.
Your boy Rick Porcello.
Hey, I love that guy. They not really anyone. 2027. What do we have here? Did I miss Buster Posey? Did I cross past him?
Well, Buster Posey would be.
I saw his ass the other day. He'd be 2027, I think, right?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, 2027 right here. Yeah, Buster Posey. John Lester. That's another one.
But see, hey. And in my opinion, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He was one of the best pitchers during this time frame.
There we go. That's our definition. Ron Washington's definition. Was he the baddest motherfucker on the field?
Was he the baddest motherfucker on the field?
Dude, that should be a shirt. If they haven't made it already. That should be a shirt. Was he the baddest motherfucker on the field? Something.
I like that. We might have to remove this from this podcast. Nobody listens to us.
Yeah. we have. Hey, you are somebody. Yes. You are somebody. Okay, dude. We're actually pumping up some numbers, dude. It's nice. It's nice that we're getting a good following. Even our stories, like that's another thing. Like interaction wise, we're seeing a good handful of people looking at it. Like,
yeah,
some people don't even have to. Honestly, I see some people that I went to school with. I skip through that shit. I don't even want to see what's on their story, you know?
Same.
And people are more than willing to tap on top of the lineup and see what's going on.
And vote.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that. That was
for
cool.
my hat that I have not got yet.
Yeah.
But let's get right into that. We did our random teams.
Yes.
We did a little different this year. We had 2 additional guests.
Yep.
It's on YouTube. So we're not gonna post it as an episode. So get on YouTube, watch it. How long was that?
Maybe an hour, maybe
hour
less.
And a half.
Yeah, it's hey, time flies by when you're having fun. You know, we were with Beanie Bros Sports, and they are just awesome dudes. They're funny as hell. I mean, it's just
there's some good moments in there. There's some good moments in there.
Love those guys. You have to watch it. Yeah, you have to watch it. Just with the reactions, and also just like afterwards. I think afterwards, when we're talking about it, Noah was just ripping the A's, just ripping them, and I felt, and Matt for sure is going to be like the #1 Diamondbacks fan of all time.
Oh, he's bought in.
I think he's got the snake contacts. He already split his tongue, you know, for the snake stuff. Like, I'm excited.
There's a big Randy Johnson tattoo on his back. I saw it. It's pretty cool.
Oh my God. He actually got an implant of a rattlesnake tail on his ass. So now when he walks. True story. Oh my gosh.
So Noah got the A's, which I'm really excited about. I love this. Love this.
Yeah.
Matt got the Diamondbacks, and then you and I.
Yeah.
By the way, all shitty teams minus the A's. I think the A's might be the best team out of all these. You got the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
And I got the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to have the best team of that 4? They're not. There's slim.
It's kind of hard because I feel like once the lockout is done, I feel like the Reds are going to just jump ship and start trading people away. So I forgot what team I picked. If we even picked a team who's going to actually, I don't think we picked a team who's going to be the best.
We did. I think you said the A's. I think we all agreed on the A's.
I think it was going to be A's, but if I look back at it, it might be the Diamondbacks. I think they got a new pitching coach coming in. You got Mark Melancon, new closer. Hey, I mean, he pitches for good teams. Like I don't think he's ever been on a shitty team. Like he's just. Even the Giants
were Giants decent.
They were decent, and the Pirates were decent when he was closing out there.
He was on playoff Pirates teams.
Padres were decent, right? And I just, I feel like he might be the. You know what? Mark Melancon, I've never hated you. Okay,
I beg to differ.
It's just whenever you were closing for the Giants, it just did not come into fruition. And I realized that I am not a Major League Baseball player. I am not in your position. So I apologize
for the people in the back.
I apologize for not trusting you and not believing in you when you were on the Giants. And then afterwards, just not believing that you would dominate. So
that segment was brought to you by Soto's ass kissing.
Yeah.
Send him a message and he will kiss your ass.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Diamondbacks maybe.
I have to say the A's or Reds, it's fucking a toss-up because both of those teams are going to sell. And the only reason
who's going to sell more.
Well, and I lean towards the A's just because they've always had quick turnarounds. I'm not saying they're going to go out and win 90 games. That's not what I'm saying. It's just these other teams are pretty fucking bad. And I could see the A's like sneaking away with 80 wins easily.
Yeah.
So who is going to have the best, like, who's going to be the best player of these 4 teams?
I'm going to give Buxton a try. I feel like, he
was the fucking MVP candidate first half of last year.
Yeah. He's somewhat injury prone, bro. He's just
somewhat.
But I would go with Buxton, man. I got to stay with my twinsies.
If we could guarantee that Matt Olson wasn't getting traded, that's the easiest pick. But we can't guarantee that.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make this early pick. I think Eugenio Suarez is gonna win comeback of the year.
Motherfucker.
I think he's gonna win comeback of the
year.
That's
who I was gonna say.
I think he's gonna figure his shit out. I think he's gonna get back to where
45 bombs.
He was.
I mean, I could see 45 bombs coming off of his back.
Bare minimum 30.
Easily.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
Easily. And he could hit 200 with 30 homers.
Yeah. I wonder if the fact that he was like flip-flopping from short to third might have affected him, because he was doing that a couple times. I don't know. Maybe 2020 was fucked up for everyone, right? So maybe it messed him up, so
it was.
Yeah, that's my pick. Comeback player of the year. Write it down.
Worst player of these four.
I never want to say anything negative about.
Okay, who's gonna basically disappoint? I don't want to say the worst player.
Okay, yeah, because everyone deserves to be a major. If they're in there, they deserve to be there. Okay, grow the game. # grow the game.
Love
Top lineup. But anyways, biggest disappointment. I think Matt Chapman. I don't think he. Yeah.
You think he has a worse year than last year?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think if the A's make a trade, I don't think they trade Matt Olson, to be quite honest with you. I think Matt Chapman gets traded. So that would discontinue him for me.
We're not picking A's because they might be traded.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to say, and this one kills me.
I think I know what you're about to say.
Jonathan India.
Yeah.
Jonathan India.
The sophomore slump.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, sophomore slump is, some people get through it, right? But sophomore year, it just doesn't pan out. Do you think Chris Bassett will have a better year than last year?
No, but that doesn't mean I think he's going to have a worse year. I think he's going to have a similar year. He is pretty damn good.
He's the A's rock right now.
100%. So I'm going to say no. I don't think he has a better year, but I don't think he takes 4 steps back. I still think he has a solid year. Depending on how much they trade.
Yeah.
If he's the last one standing, he's going to be the A's 1 All-Star this fucking year.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else. So for the A's, Chappie, Olson, I think Manaea could potentially be traded. I'm not sure what you're going to get back. He's a good 4 starter on any other team, maybe 5, depending on the team.
He's a 3-4.
Yeah. Okay. 3-4. I think Manaea can get traded. I think Montas stays. He's going to be one of the guys that signs, a longer deal in the offseason, maybe 3-4 years. I don't know, but I think he stays. But Manaea, I think it's his time to blossom and go somewhere else. Maybe the Yankees. That'd be, Olson and Manaea. Why not? Right.
For what's that guy's name? They're Dominguez.
Oh, Jason Dominguez.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. I would
take that any day. I would
gladly do that right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think with
and
the
throw
Twins,
in Nestor Cortez as well, just for fun.
Why not?
Just for fun.
Why not? Hell yeah, I'd take them.
Yeah.
Hey,
2 for 2,
dude. If I had Andrew Chafin or Chafin, wherever his last name is, and Nestor Cortez on the same team, that's World Series guarantee.
That's exciting. You could suck and it's still fun.
Yeah. I think the Twins, I don't think they're going to trade anyone. I think I don't know. It's rebuilding time for them.
I think Kenta Maeda gets traded.
That might be a good one. Honestly,
that's a good piece, like for a playoff team, a very buy low, just trade away some whatever prospect. Like I would love to have Maeda as like a swing man. Come playoff time.
Yeah. The Twins, I was looking at it. The Twins only have like 2 players in the top 50 prospects. It's kind of a bummer.
And if you think about it, though, they don't have much talent at the major league level to trade away. I mean, Buxton is a sell low candidate, in my opinion, because of his injuries. If he could stay healthy, if he proved,
he just signed a long ass contract, so he's not going anytime soon.
Well, I mean, somebody would take him. Somebody would take him.
Hey, I mean, Arenado, right? Like the same thing happened. Arenado, yeah.
And then Sano, but it's like every team has a bopper. Like Sano, I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. But every team has that guy. You know, power hitting, doesn't do much on defense, corner DH type guy. And it's just like, you're really going to give away top prospects? Like, you could probably go out and get Kyle Schwarber, who's better than Sano, and you don't give up any prospects.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to look into like the pipeline for the Twins, because I couldn't tell you besides the 2. I forgot the first guy that's on the list, but Jordan Baklovich, I think he's a pitcher. That's all I can. That's like was one of the, like top 25. So I don't know. And a little fun fact, Miguel Sano, there's a documentary on him. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm gonna butcher the name. But how do you say ball player in Spanish? Pelotero. It's ball player in Spanish.
There you go.
So there has been, I mean, this still goes on, but there are some Dominican players who lie about their age. You know, they say that they're younger. Like a dude could say they're 21, right? Or a dude could say that they're 16, but in reality they're 21, right? And
Albert
Miguel
Pujols.
Sano, okay, we don't know that, but
we know that.
But Miguel Sano was accused of lying about his age, right? And it was following 2 baseball players, Giancarlo Batista. I don't even think he's in the league. I don't even think he's in baseball anymore. But they were following both of them. And interestingly enough, Miguel Sano, because he's so big and things like that, he was the one that was being accused. But in reality, it was Giancarlo Batista that lied about his age. He's like in reality like 21 when he says.
I remember 16. When this came out.
Yeah, it's a really good documentary. If you have the opportunity to watch it, definitely watch it for sure. Yeah. But that's a little fun fact for Miguel Sano. I mean, he fucking made it. That's so crazy. Like you don't know, right? You just don't know. And then here he is.
You never know. Let's get into our Grow the Game shout outs.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to these fine people for getting us listens, coming on here. And honestly, who cares about the listens, right? Just coming on here and sharing their knowledge, their different angles. We've had like so many different perspectives where we're mostly like a fan podcast. Like we're mostly on the fan. Like we'll dabble with the coaching, we'll dabble with the player development and the statistics and blah, blah, blah. But we're mostly fans, right?
Yeah.
But we've been getting like influential dads. We got the freaking pitching coach who worked for the Nationals. We got people from Canada with us. We're gonna have another college coach coming up. Little spoiler alert.
Yeah,
it's been a ride, man.
I gotta stop you there. We I just got the okay. I'm not sure if you guys were following the Astros during the World Series and the playoffs, but there was a person, they were calling her the voodoo fan. If you've seen like memes or anything, like she does this thing, she has confirmed that she will be on the podcast. So that's a little
breaking news. This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah. Breaking I just found out like a couple minutes ago, actually. So excited about that. And then RB Ira, another person from the MLB content creator class, he also mentioned that he is open to having a talk with us. So some cool things.
Let's talk baseball, baby.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk baseball.
Hell yeah. But the shout outs, sorry, we get excited about this stuff because we changed it. It's grow the game. Okay. Cause it is helping us grow the game. Baseball dad, first one. I mean, like that was awesome in itself, having a conversation with him.
Follow him on TikTok. Great content there.
Oh my gosh. Hey, fun. his son just got onto the Phillies scout team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Josh. That's exciting. Yeah.
We got Max Greenfield, Santa Barbara City College. They're 2-0, baby. Some would call it the top of the lineup, little pixie dust.
Hey, we it happens. It happens. We were talking about no hitters. And
cannot prove us wrong.
Break records. I don't know.
Just saying. Shout out to him. That was an amazing episode. We just scratched the surface.
If you guys do not if you choose to listen to one thing and one thing only from that episode,
the ending,
you need to listen to his Why Baseball. I still have to work out the edits because I'm gonna make it into it's a motivational fucking video.
That's the best answer we've ever received.
You have to listen to it. Oh my gosh.
You don't even have to like baseball. It makes you want to like baseball.
Yeah. It just
I wanted to run through a fucking wall.
Yeah.
If that was my coach, you got it. You whatever you need. You want me to drop a bunt? We're doing it, baby. Take some of these.
Beanie Bro Sports. I mean, thank you for coming on to our live stream. I mean, they're awesome, man. We've gone on their live stream before, and it's pretty cool now that it's just not us doing the random teams. They're open to doing it. It's fun. We started this podcast back in 2020, and we were we're still doing it for fun, obviously, but we didn't think that anyone would listen to us, or we even think that we would just have this much of an impact, but or even just have a community. And there's a community within a community. It's pretty cool. And Beanie Bro Sports is part of that. We're part of their community, they're part of ours, and it's awesome. So shout out to them. There's gonna be some more recordings. Shit, maybe they come out here to the West Coast, we watch a game, who knows.
We might end up in Florida.
Hey, that'd be fun.
Just saying.
Watch a Rays game, be the only fans there.
Hell yeah.
The other pop whisperer, Dimitri Castro, he invited us to do some content, and we're gonna be doing out throughout the year, which is pretty awesome. Some live at bats and see how hard we throw, and exit velocity, things like that. But for him to invite us, that's pretty cool. We just did one last week. Juan was on the IL. And
CL,
yeah, the CL. And I was there, but it was fun. It was fun. If you all saw the posts, all those bats, those old bats, that, it was really fun to use. So shout out to him. Shout out to Elite Baseball, the baseball facility that we use there. They let us really just use the whole facility for cheap, which is great, and use everything and anything in there. It was pretty cool. So shout out to them.
Yeah, I love that. We already gave Shohei some love, but let's give him some more.
Gotta clap it up for the guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
silent clap.
The face of baseball.
He was also, I don't know if you saw this, he's GQ just started a sports magazine. And there was 2 first covers, and Steph Curry got, I think, the US one, but there was a global edition. And Shohei Ohtani was on the cover of that. So hell yeah. Love that. But also the cover of MLB The Show, which is also just as amazing.
Is it, and this is quite a stretch at this point in time because he hasn't played too many seasons, but is it almost safe to say that he is our Ken Griffey Jr.? Don't get me, Mike Trout, right? He's the Barry Bonds, right? He's the Barry Bonds without the steroids. But Ken Griffey Jr. had more of the spotlight than Bonds. I feel like everyone knew who Bonds was, but Griffey, the shoes, the swag, everything, even to this day, right? Griffey is more in the spotlight. People strive for the Griffey, than Bonds. Is Ohtani our Griffey and Mike Trout our Bonds?
As far as the impact on the game goes, yes. As far as talent goes, we have to hold off just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as far as just impact on the game and, creating new fans and bringing that swag and the excitement, I would say 100% yes. Good comparison there. Good job. Occidental College, probably said that wrong. Women's College Baseball Club. They have a whole team of women playing baseball. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Not much more to say to that.
Change is here.
Yeah, no, it is. Look, girls can do anything that guys can do. And that includes in sports. We've seen some really talented women in the sport in the past couple of years putting their impact, and it's just going to continue. We will get a woman manager one day. Soon.
I hope in my lifetime that I'm able to see
it'll happen.
See that.
I'm willing to bet it'll happen in the next 10 to 15 years.
I'm at a point where if someone tells me you play ball like a girl, I'm like, fuck yeah, thank you. That's where I'm at. So that's awesome. Dude, it'd be so cool to go to a game. I'm not sure how I'm not sure if they post the schedules or it's kind of like,
I think so with clubs, and I could be wrong, but I think clubs is more just like it was like when middle school would have a flag football league. It wasn't like an official, type.
I mean, they travel and play. Like some of my buddies were playing for the clubs, but I don't know, like if it's open to us or they're just, obviously they're playing other colleges, right? Other colleges that have club teams.
They aren't just fucking playing themselves.
Yeah, but interesting. Yeah, two more shout outs, or we have one like the third one, which we usually do, but the first one, former top of the lineup guest, Isaiah Bond. Happy birthday, man. Thank you for coming on the podcast a couple years ago. Appreciate you.
Can't believe that was a couple years ago.
Yeah. Crazy.
And Jackie Robinson. Happy birthday to him.
Hell yeah.
As always, thank you to our listeners. Thank you for interacting with our posts, sharing our posts, liking it, commenting on it, listening to us, voting for what hat I'm going to get, fucking giving us suggestions.
I have a Tampa Bay Rays hat because of you guys. Like this one.
True story.
It's because of you guys.
True story.
You're going to see this on the YouTubes.
Yes.
Okay. It's because of you. So.
And soon my Reds hat will be here. Instead of this 2 years ago random team Cardinals hat, you will see my Cincinnati Reds hat. So always much love to our listeners, to our followers. Always got to give them a shout out. Always.
Oh yeah.
I'm done.
Same here. I mean, I'm glad we're back into it. I mean, February is gonna be busy for us again. I love it. But
we might not have another just you and me episode until March.
Yeah, no, seriously, because this week or this Saturday
we have another episode.
We have an interview, and then we're gonna shoot for maybe like another week out, another interview, and it's we're gonna be busy.
Not stopping.
Hell yeah.
Not stopping. Top lineup out, baby.
Deuces.